first. Live, local. This is First Alert Weather Extra.
Hey there, good Wednesday evening. I'm meteorologist Peyton Major. You're joining us on First Alert Weather Extra. I'm joined by meteorologist Camilla Ortiz.
Yes, hello Peyton.
Hello, hello. We have some, I don't know if you should say exciting news, but our first tropical storm of the season has formed in the Pacific. So that's kind of major news as of today. But we're also going to get into a few showers on Saturday and then a more wet, kind of unsettled pattern next week, which we were very thrilled to see.
We need the rain for sure.
Not often in June do we just get a good solid few days of rain.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I want to get to the tropical update first so I can give you the latest information. And you know, we're just going to be transparent here. I have a cold. Camilla has allergies. We're not great.
Rough.
We're going to sound a little rough. So just bear with us. We're going to, of course, still bring you the weather. Okay, so let's go over to this monitor over here. And we're going to talk all about the tropics. So as you know, hurricane season for the Atlantic actually started June 1st, but way back in May, we had the start of Pacific hurricane season. And, you know, we are getting a start. I do want to mention something. I forgot. I stuck this in there really quick. Ignore the blank forecast. I will fix that later. I just saw, actually, on my way in on Facebook, there is a small chance for an aurora tonight. We have just a G3 storm. These things come and go. Sometimes we get barely any notice, and today was one of those days. So maybe you'll be able to see it. Depends on the clouds. But that's something you could definitely check out tonight or tomorrow. Anyway, okay, so we have Tropical Storm Amanda, a name, because it's the first named storm on the list. We'll get to that list a little later. It was a tropical depression and then now has formed into a tropical storm just because it has gained enough strength and wind speed for that. Previous advisory as of 8 a.m., it was still also a tropical storm, so just kind of surpassed that 40 miles per hour wind speed. But know that this storm is likely just going to be a fish mixer. So it's kind of the best case scenario. That's why I say it's a good thing that this storm has formed and it's just going to stay out in the ocean and then die out in the ocean. No land threat here. And you can see gusts are up to 50 miles per hour. Gusts are kind of what the National Hurricane Center uses to rank these storms. It's kind of in a cluster of storms that's out in the Atlantic. Here's the path, though. You can see it kind of going pretty much directly to the west and then eventually fades out. By Saturday, we're thinking tropical depression, so it's only going to last a few days. Lots of warm water for this system to work with. Anytime you're seeing that darker red color, we're talking a few degrees above normal, and then in Celsius, of course, it translates a little lower. We also have two other systems that we're closely watching. This is off of the coast of southwestern Mexico, eastern Pacific. So we're looking here at just two orange blobs that indicate around a 40 to 60% chance of formation, but that's over 7 days. So a lot of these systems, yeah, they look like they're impressive. Sometimes they gather enough strength and energy to become a tropical storm or even a hurricane. But this right now is looking like it has about a 50-50 chance of that happening over the next week. So we have Amanda. If one of those storms decides to form, we have Boris and then Christina as 2 and 3 on our names list. We know this is going to be an active hurricane season, so that's why I'm saying it's just now beginning. We're going to be looping back here a lot with those graphics talking about formed storms because there's going to be many of them, 15 to 22. This is NOAA's forecast. They released, I think, last week, 9 to 14 hurricanes and then major hurricanes, which is category 3, 4, or 5 to 9. That is far greater than what's going to happen in the Atlantic. So Atlantic's going to be a little quieter this year. And I'm going to rain yesterday, but I don't need that graphic. So I'm going back to Camilla now to talk about the forecast for the rest of this week and the weekend.
Yeah, well, good timing. Yeah, I mean, it's been dry. We know that for sure. So let's talk about the chance for showers Saturday. And next week is looking a little bit more interesting, looking a little juicier, which we could certainly use. You probably noticed that change today, though. Cooler air streaming in. We've got more cloud cover. This is a time lapse from our Shriners Hospital camera. So, yeah, we were in the upper 80s yesterday with sunshine. And today, this is Wednesday, much cloudier and cooler, but comfortable. This is still typical for this time of year. Unofficially, 73 is what we've hit at the Portland airport. So seeing low 70s across the metro area and for a good chunk of the Willamette Valley as well. 50s and 60s along the coast. This morning's low temperature kind of interesting, Peyton. 62,
yeah.
Unofficially breaking a record, right, if it stands. Which we'll talk about, but
that's supposed to say June 3rd.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. I showed this like 2 other times in previous shows today. Just pretend that says June. It's fine. Okay. So our current warm low record for today's date, 59 degrees, that was set back in 2007. So the reason it's unofficial is because we need this to stand from midnight to midnight. So if we drop below 62 before midnight tonight, yeah, then it's not our official low anymore, even though it's, you know, where we started in the morning, a very warm start. Okay, so let's take a look at the plan for the next 7 days. Lots of 60s and 70s here. Mixture of clouds and sunshine. I would say leaning more clouds than sunshine the next 7 days. And we do have some showers in here from time to time. So your sunniest, warmest days are going to be Thursday. Definitely the sunniest day, without a doubt. I think Sunday's more of a partly cloudy day, but we'll be back in the mid-70s. Everything else, we're in the 60s as we see some low pressure systems swinging through the Pacific Northwest. Especially Monday through Wednesday, looks like, again, a juicier system, which we will talk about. Okay, so the timing for the next few days, partly cloudy to start your Thursday, plenty of sunshine to end it. We still see that westerly flow. Friday, we start to see things clouding up ahead of the next system. Also notice the very spotty shower chances we have, more so around Portland, I would say, than areas farther south. So we could get a sprinkle at some point in the afternoon or evening, but it looks like the more robust showers come through early Saturday morning. So yeah, you see a few showers pushing throughout the day, mixing with sun breaks, it looks like, in the afternoon. But we're more interested, excuse me, I knew this would happen, in what's happening next week. Peyton, you want to take over for a second? I'm going to cough for a minute.
We knew this was going to happen, okay? This is how I did too. Okay, we have a cool start next week. So see that low that kind of drops down? This one looks a little more impressive. It's going to hang around for a few more days too. So this is now Wednesday. It arrives sometime Monday. And so that's what's going to give us forecast rain totals that are looking pretty nice, pretty juicy. So this is just for Saturday. You know, not much going on with those few showers, maybe a little bit more at the coast, close to a ½ an inch. But when we tack on that next system into next week, I mean, models are now spinning out near an inch of rain, which would be so lovely. Something, again, we don't often get in the month of June. And we could still have around an inch to an inch and a half right at the coastline. Looks like the Cascades are going to get a good chunk of rain. Again, this is well out. We're about, you know, almost a week out now. So know that this is probably going to fluctuate a little bit. But right now, this low is looking pretty juicy. You feeling okay?
Yes.
Okay.
No, thank you so much. This is a team effort.
Yes.
Appreciate it. This is so nice to do this with a second person so we can tap in and out. So yeah, as Peyton mentioned, definitely a more interesting look to the rain forecast next week. Fingers crossed we get that soaking rain. We certainly need it. Here's the plan for tomorrow along the coast. Clouds to start and then mostly sunny. Temperatures ranging from the upper 50s to the low 60s. In the I-5 corridor, a few morning clouds, afternoon sunshine. Comfortable, typical temperatures here, low to mid 70s. In the gorge, few clouds for the west end, sunnier, breezier for the east end. Don't do it, throat. Low to upper 70s for your highs. Up on the mountain, mainly sunny, around 60 degrees for government camp. Eastern Oregon, lots of sunshine, temperatures in the 70s. And here's another look at that 7-day forecast. In case I start coughing, Peyton's gonna come back in.
It's okay.
But what do you think, Peyton? I mean, it's actually kind of nice to see all this showery weather in the month of June.
Yeah, not too bad, especially 60s. I know, you know, this is graduation week for a lot of people. Next week might be sort of summer for a few kiddos. So, yeah, just know that it's not going to be beautiful, you know, midsummer weather yet, but we're getting there. And we also love to see some solid rain chances anytime in June. That'd be really great. If only they could go all the way to Eastern Oregon. That would also be really great. But,
yeah. Yeah, and there are hints that beyond Wednesday, I was looking at some of the longer-term ensemble forecast models, does look like there's more of a ridge building in, so we will see those warmer temperatures. They always do return, so it is nice to see this in the meantime.
Yeah, it's not a June gloom forever. Don't worry.
Right.
Okay, well, maybe I think we need some tea up in here.
Yeah, let's get the hot beverages rolling.
Would you rather have a cough attack or a boy going through puberty? That's kind of what we're dealing with here.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, well, thank you for watching this short one. We'll be back actually tomorrow on Facebook Live. We're going to be doing our First Alert Weather podcast.
Yes.
And then that'll play here on Friday in case you miss it live. So we'll be back then. Thanks for watching.